Journey on how your heart may yearn for the things most dear to you. With wealth and love to show, but onward we must go. Keep right on till the end of the road. Keep right on to the end. Though the way be long, let your heart be strong. Keep right on round the bend. If you're tired and weary, still journey on till you come to your happy abode, where all you love and you're dreaming of will be there at the end of the road. Keep right on to the end of the road. With 3, 2, 1.
We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? Birmingham's a team down at St Andrews. We are all supporters of our team. The chant of Super Blues ringing all around. Now all you blue boys know what we mean. We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till
These international breaks are certainly a hindrance, so tonight we'll take a peek at the impending friendly tomorrow at Wembley and the England setup. As for Blues, it's Charlton next, and a win is needed to keep us in the running of the top 6 that many of us were only dreaming about back in August. Discussed in events in Paris on Friday will mean that armed police will be on the streets of Wembley tomorrow, and extra security at St Andrews on Saturday. I'm sure our sentiments regarding this vile act of cowardice are echoed across the country by all decent human beings. Let's hope tomorrow's friendly is a spectacle it should be for all the right reasons, and the game on Saturday is again played in the spirit, on and off the field. SKC forgets to do his Super 6, much to the delight of other players. Just another week being a Blues fan.
so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? We have the tickets tops here at St Andrews. They gotta give us what we're longing for. It's Birmingham forever, let's hear it from the stand. So come on City, sing this song once more. We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end.
And a massive welcome to Monday night's Tilton Talk Show, to all our listeners and to all our downloaders from around the world. We'll mention those in a minute, but tonight we've got Chris Browne, Father Browne, no, pardon?
Good evening,
Rev
my son.
Browne. Rev Browne.
Get it
Rev
right.
Browne on buttons, that's why there was a long pregnant
Get it
pause
right.
just after the...
Yes, I know, yeah.
After the introduction
Apologies for
today,
that.
he wasn't listening.
Nah.
And we got our friend Mr. Pugh. Greetings,
Good evening,
Christopher. Great to
everyone.
see you in the flesh, my friend.
You can, yeah.
And of course we've got our young Ollie. How you doing?
Hello.
Now Ollie has just brought in a whole raft of sweets. There's wagon wheels. We've got jammy tea cakes. We've got caramel biscuits, lollies, and what are those, Chris?
Cornflake hedgehogs.
Cornflake hedgehogs. And
Hedgehogs?
Chrissy Pugh's looking at them in absolute and utter disgust.
I know.
Dad.
Sorry, award-winning Chris Pugh. Award-winning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tell us about your award, Chris.
Oh my goodness.
You will only hear about it on this show.
There wasn't... You can tell it's been a quiet week. Yeah, it was a Slimming World related award, nothing football related.
But no, it's actually an amazing achievement, though. But and you've come a long way with it, and you're still obviously very committed to doing that because you're not even looking at the chocolates on the table.
No, it's horrendous.
Right. Okay. Well, since Chris and I have become ordained ministers of the Church of Human Spiritualism, things just keep happening, Chris. You found your £10 and you had your mention on Planet.
Yeah.
And this week, and you all know the plight of Sharon. She listens in every week.
Yes.
With her young lad. On Armistice Day, her daughter gave birth to Oscar Barry, weighing it in at a whopping £9 something.
That's a big
It was a biggie. It was a biggie. And of course, as soon as I saw him, I had to sing "Keep Right On" to the end of the road, just under my breath, so the rest of the Stokey family didn't hear.
But he did.
He did. Of course he did. Of course he did. So congratulations to Kirsty, Adam, the rest of the family there on the safe arrival of Oscar Barry.
Well done, Chris Pugh, says Blue Hobber.
Well done, Chris Blue.
Thank you.
How much have you lost since you started?
I did get to 6 stone, but it's 5'13.5".
That's a massive.
Whoa!
That's as big as Ollie.
Yeah. You're
I'd
about 6
imagine.
stone, aren't you? Yeah, it must be.
Yeah, probably. A small child.
Yeah. Blimey, hell.
Right, we're having a massive amount of downloads. Doco would say hello to a big amen to my fellow pastors. The only pastor Doco is in his kitchen cupboard.
Carbonara.
That's right.
Downloads, an absolutely incredible amount of downloads now going on every week. We're over 27,000.
Well over now.
27,500
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
football season. Is it that is from the start of this football season?
It is, yeah.
27,500.
Yeah.
For one independent
It's brilliant.
radio that brings you all the news views, not only from the Blues, but of course you've got Gabby with his
sports
Unsolid
shows.
Bands.
Yeah.
We've got Capo with his
Channel K.
football roundup and his Channel K. Have we got anything else on the go at the moment?
Oh, we've got a rock show that I do as well.
Yeah? You do that, do you?
Yeah, I do that one.
I can imagine you with your metal hair bringing your wig down.
Let's rock! Let's rock. We got Almost Live. We got Biscuit Boys and blah blah. We got quite a lot.
Sadly, yet another little white bead off my HHHO band has now just.
Because when you keep moving your wrist, it keeps banging on the table.
I am sorry about that, Chris. It has been a quiet week, hasn't it?
It has, yeah.
Did Chris Pugh win the Burger Flipper of the Year award?
No, I don't flip the burgers. That was much higher up in the food chain than that now.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, okay, we've got a bit of a spy in the camp, and it's got to be one of you three over there, because everything that I was going to mention on the show tonight has been mentioned on Radio West Midlands already. They pinched absolutely everything that we were going to cover.
Oh, we can mention it and cover it better than I can.
So I do need to ask you, internally and
Pardon?
right. Internally, as it inside the room, Chris.
Oh, I was going to say. I am a priest, remember?
Yes.
I've got a certificate over there.
I didn't buy mine. Chris, are you the spy in the camp?
I'm definitely not.
And Chris Pugh, are you the spy in the camp?
No comment.
Ollie, that leaves you. Huh?
No promises.
No promises.
Somebody
and no
said.
comment.
Somebody called ELO said it's Oliver.
Yeah.
I think it is. You think it is? Yeah. It's a big fat ugly bloke.
Right, so we've got to mention our Ollie because he's just had a call up, haven't you, Ollie? Get close to your microphone, mate. Do it properly. Yep. You've just had a call up, haven't you?
For what?
What you tell everybody what you've just been called up for.
For Sunday thing.
Yeah.
For the team, yeah. What?
Yeah.
Don't be embarrassed.
Keep the continuity going.
If you don't say anything,
I don't think he's going to say anything.
Okay, no, he's not. No, he's too
He's
embarrassed.
gone shy. He's gone shy, but Ollie has actually been called up for Solihull Moors Colts under 11s.
Under 11s, yeah.
To play on Sunday.
Yeah.
So well done, Ollie.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well done, mate.
That's,
good stuff.
That's all the plaudits you're getting.
Starring the man Kim.
Unless, of course, you score a goal. Or two. Or three.
Yeah.
What position do you play? You're a striker. Right, okay.
You can tell with the boots he's wearing.
We'll have a full
colourful boots.
A full report next week.
Must be a striker with colourful boots.
Okay, so up next then for the Blues, we're still in the top six, which, as I said in the opening introduction, is something we could only have dreamed about, surely, back in August. Mm-hmm. And I've heard and we've had all the arguments about punching above our weight and this, that, and the other. I still don't believe we are. I still think the table doesn't lie. and that we've got a very good solid
Well,
team.
the
We want to
table
play for
doesn't
each
have
other.
to lie, but we'd still punch it above our weight.
Right, okay.
Yeah, as for me, in my opinion, you're right. The table, after 3 or 4 games, you can have a bit of a false position because you could have a nice start.
Yeah.
But after the amount of games that we've played, then it starts to become a more realistic table. You look at the top 5. I can't see anyone displacing that top 5 now.
No.
I think
So you only think the 6th place is up for grabs?
for me, yeah,
Right,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. I think that top 5 are starting to push on now and push ahead of everybody else. I think we are really looking at everybody else vying for that 6th spot. To be fair, I could be proved wrong, but it is still very early on in the season, and
Sure.
a couple of injuries for Middlesbrough or Hull or Derby, and who knows what could happen, but. They're the sort of sides as well that comes to January, we're worried about losing our best player. I've no doubt that Middlesbrough, Derby, Hull, Burnley will be looking to improve their squad and boost their squad, whereas we're worrying about losing our best player, and I think that's where you've got the difference.
And that's where we have a weakness, isn't it? If there's a weak link in our chain, it is still...
Apologies
Poor
for that.
Chris Pughy has a little bit
I'm not
of a
well.
cold, ladies and
He
gentlemen.
does have a cold.
He's not well, but he's managed to come all the way.
Even more nasally than normal.
He's
I
managed
do
to come all the way.
apologise.
And it's not foggy outside. He's just dragged himself.
I think he's a
through.
hero.
Hero.
Thank you.
Hero.
Chris Pughy, silent
Definitely.
hero.
We ain't going to pay him any more. Than nothing.
But as I say, I think that, if we have a weak link in our chain, it's that one.
Yes.
And that's the one that I would be quite genuinely worried about.
Yes, I would agree with that. Yeah.
Blimey.
Yeah, we are. Realistically, once. I mean, we said we'd look at the end of December and analyse our prospects.
And we still will.
Maybe the 1st of February is when we should have a realistic look at where we are.
Well, we'll do it in December, and then we'll do it.
Yeah.
The first show in
Yeah.
February as well. Then,
Because as
but I'm
soon
sure
as
everybody-
January goes, everybody knows where they stand then.
But I'm sure we'll also be doing it, every week after that. If we are sort of still, running around the top end of the table,
Yeah.
in a very decent position again. Oh, bless him, bless you, my son. It's
May the patron saint of sneezing, bless you.
Chris Pugh's
It's all
going-
this sugar around.
Chris Browne is going to be the one that lays hands on you, not me.
No, I don't think so.
What again?
Oh, they'll start talking about us, I'm telling you. The picture of the sweets has gone up on Facebook, and
you
David Dale has said, what is everybody else going to eat, Chris?
A nice one, but that is quite an immense. We have a dog in the studio tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and the dog is begging for chocolate.
2 chances, some chance, and no chance.
Oh dear. Blue Hobbit says, come January, if we are to strengthen, then where would you strengthen the side? Certainly a striker, in case Don gets a...
A striker. Sort of. However, we have the option of bringing someone like Wes Thomas back, or...
that's a good point, yeah.
I saw Denny Johnston up at Greenock Morton in the Scottish Championship. I think he's scored 4 in his last 5.
I've seen that muted around on social media quite a lot today, this Demi Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Scottish Championship. Yes, it's not the greatest league, but you look at the teams in it now. You've got Rangers and Hibs in that league. So they're big clubs in that league. So he's getting used to playing against big clubs. It might not be the best quality overall, but the fact that he's getting to play against these teams, might be better suited to him than dropping down to League 1 or League 2 and playing in that league.
I think
the quality is similar.
Demi Johnson, I think he would fit in well with Rowett's style of play.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. I mean, we haven't seen enough of him to have a
few
real
YouTube hits and the like.
Yeah, but to blend into the side, has he got the strength that Donaldson possesses that makes him so valuable to the team? We'll have to wait and see. But the point about bringing in a striker, we've got the options out there on loan already that we could bring back if needed to.
And you think Wes Thomas would have that?
Wes Thomas, you know, a lot of Blues fans were 50-50 about
I think it's
whether
a
we should have
cracking player to fall back on. If
whether we should have got
need.
sent him out on loan. The fact is, he is on loan. He's playing regular week in week out football, like Denny Johnston is, which can only help the player. So if we are needed, if he is needed to come back, at least he's playing, rather than sitting on our bench every week and not playing.
SKC's made a point that none of our players out on loan have the option to be brought back before the loan is up, if he's right.
Right.
So that could put pace.
Emergency circumstances could,
they can break the rules.
Well, possibly. I mean, if Donaldson gets injured and we're left with just Brock Madsen, then you could say to the loanee club, listen, this is an exceptional circumstance. We do need our player back.
Blue Bob was asking, do you think bringing in a bench warmer would be good?
No, and I don't think Rowett wants that either.
No.
I don't think he wants to bring. I said this just before the transfer window finished in August. I don't think he wants to bring in players just for the sake of it. Just to have the numbers there. Yeah. I think he'd rather work with a smaller, tighter squad where he knows everybody and he knows the capabilities of everybody, rather than what we've had under previous regimes where you're bringing in 5 or 6 loan players from here, there and everywhere, and then they're playing one week and then they're not the next. I think he'd rather do it the way, 22, 23 man squad and he knows everybody.
Yeah. When does the loan window shut? Remind me.
I think it is shut now. And then it'll open back
in January.
And then it closes on the 31st.
It's very confusing because you get the loan window, then the emergency loan window. I can't comprehend.
I mean, the transfer window's open the whole of January, and I think it's about 2 weeks after January finishes, then the loan window comes back open for about a month or so. But
remember the days when you could buy, you could sell, you could loan, you could borrow, you could offload players.
It's a different world now. I mean, look at the. Has
this
the
made
hysteria.
it any better?
I mean, well, I think it has, because you look at the hysteria around people like, Raheem Sterling, for example. I'll use that one this summer. Kevin De Bruyne as well. How long they were in the paper every day? It's on, it's off, it's on, it's off. Imagine if that was for the whole season. Yeah, it would be such a disruptive influence on players and clubs.
But also, I think a good thing about the loan window is you come to the meat end of the season, the last few games, and there's a club like Blues. Let's assume, like as we were last season, we were in the bottom 3.
Yeah.
And there's a club, say, I'll pick Middlesbrough for instance, who are probably far more affluent. They would have the option to go out and purchase their way out rather than play
exactly,
their way out.
Of course,
and we wouldn't. So I think that's,
once it gets to middle of March, everyone knows where they stand and everyone knows what they've got to do then, and who they've got to come up against. Whereas, like you say, someone's around the bottom. Look at B6 up the road. They're in and around the bottom still. Come March, they go out and buy Charlie Austin or something from QPR with 5 games left, and he goes and bangs in 6 in 5 to keep him up. Well, they can't do that now. If they want to do it, if they feel like they're struggling, they've got to do it in January.
Yeah, I mean we've
if they feel like they're struggling.
we've done pretty well at the loan market anyway. Over the last few years, we've had some cracking stars, haven't we?
They have. There has. There's also been a lot of wasted opportunities in the loan market. Scott Allen, there was a fight, between Celtic and Rangers over who wanted Scott Allen this summer. Well, he come to Blues under Clark and he couldn't get a look in. Do you know what I mean? So I think there have been a lot of wasted opportunities as well. But over the years, we have pulled some crackers out the bag with loans.
Oh, you've had some good. Jesse Lingard, which we'll talk about later.
Well,
yes,
that's a perfect example.
Perfect example. Those are the days when you're 20 years of age and TV was black and white. I think that's my my little brother's talking about me.
Definitely a dig at you, Chris. Not
definitely.
definitely.
Yeah.
150 days.
Yeah, cheers, thanks.
So, given the opportunity then, and bearing in mind our financial constraints, who would you like to go for?
Who would I like to go for?
Let's take all positions. So goalkeeping, I think we're pretty fine.
I'm happy with the goalkeeping options. Yeah, centre half for me. I still think there's a centre half position there. I mean, the difficult thing is, I mean, Wolves went out. They knew they needed a centre half, and they had the financial muscle to go out and get Mike Williamson from Newcastle, a player with Premier League experience, but they can afford his wages. We wouldn't be able to do that. Yeah. So you're looking at, you're looking at players who haven't got that kind of experience. So are they a better? Which I go back to do you bring players in just for the sake of it, or do you bring players in? I think he'd want to bring players in if they're going to improve that first.
So we need a bit of Raric magic, really. Where he can suss
Does
somebody
he know
out,
anybody in League 1 or 2 that he's been working in? Does he know anybody there that
definitely
a young player that he's seen and likes the look of? Because I think loaning from the Premier League, there's some seriously big wages in the Premier League.
And some seriously big issues about, you must play. And,
well, of course, yeah.
That surely is down to the manager at the end of the day. Yeah. But no, it seems not. Doco says definitely...
He did it last year as soon as he come in and he got Morrison from Charlton, and he's become a massive player. So Morrison wasn't playing for a Championship team. So if he can find somebody else who's not playing for a Championship team,
they'll be out there.
The wages might not be that bad. So.
Yeah, Doco says definitely a centre half, and Ollie said we need a centre back. Not sure how long we can trust Robbo and Spectre to do that job.
Yes, I mean Robinson had a couple of good games, but then he made the mistake against Wolves, and and Spectre's the same. He'll come in and you think he looks at home in that slot, and then. But I suppose that's the division we're playing in, and these are the players we've got now. They're not going to be 7 or 8 out of 10 every week, because if they were, they'd be in the Premier League.
Yeah.
A couple of good things coming through here. ELO says I'd like to see us get a Liam Daesh type player who will battle for us for the second half of the season when things get tough. Now that would be quality, wouldn't it? A Daesh. And SKC, would anybody ever want to see the end completely of the transfer window, or maybe just an alteration to the times of year, season that you can sign players?
We could go on for weeks about the transfer window.
I personally would like the transfer window, for me, to be in the closed season, and that is that. Once your squad is named 28 players or whatever it is, that is that for the season. No loans, no transfers, no ins, no outs. You picked your team, you play that team, or you play any part of that team for the season. That's for me. There you go. Chuck it out there.
We seem to be insinuated on the chat box that it's a centre half that we need.
Yeah, I think that's the position personally.
But when was the last time we had a Liam Daesh type player?
Yeah. The trouble is, it depends what you want. I mean, Liam Daesh was a good player as well as being hard. Paul Robinson can be hard. Yeah. But is that inconsistency about it? I mean, the transfer window for me, I would say the fact that it finishes in September, at the start of September, and the season starts mid-August. Yeah. I think that has to change, because there's 2 weeks of a season, 2-3 weeks of a season where teams aren't sure what they've got. The Villa, for example, the Benteke and Del thing could have run into the start of the season, and that if they hadn't won at Bournemouth the first day of the season, if there was that issue there hanging over them, and they had won at Bournemouth, they'd be on 2 points after 11, 12 games. So it's a big part of the season, that first 2 or 3 weeks. And if you get off to a bad start because of indecision and a bit of turmoil over the squad, I mean, John Stones, for example, at Everton. To be fair to John Stones, he's handled it really well, and Everton have handled it really well, and they've kicked on from the season, but they didn't start great. No. And for me, the Stones issue was a massive part of it. So I'd like to see the transfer window close a week and a half, 2 weeks before the season starts.
Yes, I agree with that one.
But then I'm happy with the way the January window is. Right. I'm happy that that's there. Yeah. Teams can get big injuries. Bournemouth, for example, spent about 20 million on left back that they got.
The only problem with it closing a couple of weeks before the season is that teams are still in pre-season training, aren't they?
Yeah,
and you can lose
players. Once you know where you are.
Yeah, but you can lose players just before the season.
Well, you can lose players at any point.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
Which is why I think the January window should remain.
Yeah.
Because for the likes of Bournemouth, they lost Tyrone Mings, Max Grade, or they've lost Callum Wilson now. Three massive players down the spine of their team that they planned with at the start of the season and spent big money on and big money keeping in the case of Wilson, and now they haven't got them, so they'll need to spend in January or else they're goners.
So picking up on the shoutbox then, SKC said the transfer would work like the old days all the way up to March, and then Ollie's reply, that wouldn't happen. Sky have too much power and they hate to lose the viewing ratings on transfer deadline days.
So that's a big part of it, of course.
Because all the cameras are usually outside Stoke City's football ground. And
exactly. It's
Who's
the big part of the football calendar now, deadline day.
Yeah. Who's the big guy?
Massive.
Who's the big guy from Germany? Who's he talking about?
Yes,
big guy from Germany signed from.
I can't remember his name now. Germany? I do know who he means. I think that was a potential signing.
Oh right, okay.
A signing with. I think he used to play for Borussia Dortmund. I can't remember the guy's name now.
ELO suggestion: season finishes open the window 2 weeks before the start of the season. Open it again.
Yeah,
bang on.
Yeah,
like it. Doco says we also need a Granger type player.
We do.
What a star he was.
Well, it's a similar line of Daesh, isn't it? That sort of.
Wasn't a great player, but he was good, hard tackler, and give 100%.
I agree with that.
SKC a Granger player would get it sent to the game nowadays. It's true, absolutely true. You can't tackle in that fashion anymore, whether you win the ball or not.
No. In fact, you can't flick somebody's ear now.
It's getting quite busy on the end. On an average work day, Sky Sports News can roughly 10 to 20,000 viewers. That will rise massively towards the end of transfer windows.
Well, people have the day off.
Of course they do.
To stay at home and watch deadline day, and like you say, that the fans gather around the training ground, and it is a massive part of the day. And like you say, you're asking Sky to get rid of that. I don't think. Yes, that's it.
That's the guy. Emmanuel Mbede.
I don't think he'll be. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't see him in training and things, but I don't think he's ready for the vigours of the Championship just yet.
It's a rough old place, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's a tough league, and if you're not ready, you are going to be found out.
Another good point from ELO. If you're a good manager, you should know what players you want to keep or get rid of 2 weeks before the end of the season.
Who's this ELO?
Mr. Blue Sky.
Yeah, that's it. Yes. But then, like you say...
I think he probably means 2 weeks before the end of the...
Roberto Martinez would have known he wanted to keep John Stones. There's no way he'd have wanted to get rid of him. But then, with the pressure that Chelsea were putting on them, it makes it difficult. So I think with it closing 2 weeks before the season... At least everybody knows where they are then, and then they've got 2 weeks together, pre-season training, before the first game of the season, where you can work with the team that you've got then, rather than panic buys.
Why not a mid-season break as well, just to bind it all together?
Called international.
In January,
mid-season break,
winter break, say.
Yeah.
Go on.
I think, in my opinion, the winter break has been. Has been brought to everybody's attention because of the success of Spain and the success of Germany and the success of Spanish and German teams in European competitions. You've still got to play the games.
Yep.
If you don't play them in December and January, you've got to play them in October and November or February and March. You've still got all the international breaks. You're still going to have to play these games. I think... For me, I think it's a bit of a red herring, I think. Because the game, like I say, the games have still got to be played. The German and Spanish teams do well because they've got outstanding players. It's as simple as that. They've got better players than us, as they displayed on Friday night when their second string 11 absolutely give us a footballing lesson. Do you know what I mean? But so I think it's a red herring, but. And that's why it's been put to people's attention because of the success of the teams that have a winter break.
Okay, so do you think then 3 months is too long for a summer break?
I wouldn't
But
mind
then
seeing
you've
it
got
switched to
international
something
competitions, haven't you?
Yeah.
You know, the German national team, the players who played it in the German national team last season would have played the whole of the 2013-14 season, the whole of the World Cup because they won it, then straight back into into club competitions. You know, someone like Toni Kroos, who plays for Real Madrid, played the whole of the La Liga campaign. Real Madrid get to the latter stages of every competition they're in. Then he plays the whole of the World Cup, and then he goes straight back into. It's a massive, elongated period of time to play football. Obviously, when you're not an international competition year, then you have got that break. But this is the other thing about the winter break. I can guarantee you now, if a winter break comes into place in the Premier League,
it will.
As soon as the winter break comes in, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man United will be jetting off
to America,
all over the world to play friendlies, lucrative friendlies. They won't use it to have a break. They'll use it to get fixtures in. As soon as the season finished last year,
so are you telling
Man City and Chelsea played a friendly in America a week after the season.
Are you telling me football isn't about supporters anymore?
And it's all about money? No way.
Surely not.
Heavens above.
Heavens
I'm
above.
sorry if I've ruined anybody's
Bless
dreams,
you, my son.
Shattered my illusions,
well, there you
mate.
go. That's what will happen if a winter break comes in.
But anyway, that's going to happen anyway, isn't it?
I always thought the winter break was because of the weather.
If it does,
yeah, too. I'd rather sit there in a t-shirt sometimes.
Yeah,
than 3 coats.
That's right. Yeah, a couple of weeks earlier.
Bless you, my son.
40 years ago, you know, games weren't played over winter because they were snowed off, and the pitch was icy because there wasn't undersaw heating and things
and
like
also we did play. We used to play on snowing pitches, didn't we? Bless you, my son.
Thank you. But yeah, I don't think it will come in. I
do. Genuinely, I really do. I really do think that the top clubs will be jetting off.
Again, you look at things like influences that Sky has. Sky and BT will put on so many games over the Christmas period, and it's lucrative for them.
Yeah, because everybody's off work.
And everybody sits at home and watches the Christmas football. It's such a major part of the English tradition.
Says our leagues are fine as they are. The Germans and Spaniards are simply better than us as a nation, and as a football nation team. We need to change our way of playing. It has been shown during the qualifiers that we were good. We play for Spaniards, a decent side, and get given a lesson, and a good lesson it was.
It was
2 absolutely world-class goals.
And this is what's going to happen when we come up against proper teams.
Just keeping possession, being able to pass a football. The fundamental basis of football, just passing to your teammate.
Are you listening to this, Ollie?
It's
good.
These teams make it look so easy, and when it comes to we give the ball away so cheaply.
Are your expectations now for the Euros?
My expectations were never high for the Euros.
Come down a little bit,
I think I don't like easy group because international teams have improved, and winning 10 games out of 10 was a massive achievement.
Yeah, absolutely.
Teams don't do it. None of the other European teams do it.
And yet we're still behind Wales in the ratings.
Well,
that's
ignore
crazy,
the ratings.
No, please don't.
But in terms of just being able to keep the ball and move so fluently, we're miles behind it, and it's only when you play teams like Spain and Germany and probably France tomorrow night. The French beat Germany. I know. It was circumstances meant that the game didn't really matter, but the scoreline showed that France beat Germany 2-0, the world champions, on Friday night. So they're a team that you've got to look at as well.
Ollie's worked the break out. He said, have a 2-week break in January, missing one Saturday, and put the transfer window there. Get to hit the Christmas fixtures that way.
Okay, what happens to the FA Cup?
See, he's always brings you there. You build him up, and he brings you
down.
There's
2 FA Cup fixtures in January.
That's true.
The first week of January and the last week of January is FA Cup. Yeah. So do you have the week in between off? But then you've got players who have played for their club in the third round of the FA Cup, and then you've got the 2-week window
Yeah.
where they'll be cup tied.
True.
Ooh, yeah, good point.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
there's always an issue around it, which is why I think just keep it as it is.
Why don't we stop?
He doesn't like change.
I don't like change.
I know he doesn't, does he?
Just
My
leave
wife's
it
like that.
alone.
He doesn't like change.
Everybody
does he,
loves
Chris?
the Christmas fixtures.
He's got the same clothes on as he had a year ago.
Everybody loves the FA Cup first week of January, the third round of the FA Cup.
It is kind of something after Christmas, isn't it?
It's-
To look
yeah,
forward
it
to,
is, yeah.
It's English football tradition,
Yeah.
but then so is losing in international competition. So I don't know.
We're not going to put it right, whatever. But it's always good to have like a good debate about it.
Yeah, well,
And it is.
it's definitely a talking point, and people, no doubt, people at the FA and the Premier League do talk about it regularly, because every time England fail at a major tournament, then these discussions will take place.
Ollie's come back.
Oh.
Counter
Oh no!
claim on that. Have it between them. That way, if they want to rest the players for longer, they can.
Well, there is that. And then what about uncup tying
But
players?
that's FA. That's
Yeah.
Premier League then.
Yeah.
What about?
Ollie's just catering to the big Premier League side's needs again, which isn't helping anybody.
What about
It's not helping
What
us.
about banishing being cup tied then?
Yeah.
No, that's silence, hasn't it?
That's not
That is
traditional.
the first
It's not
time.
traditional.
No, it's not traditional.
It's not
is it?
traditional.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
You won't go with that.
I mean, I can't. I'm struggling to find a reason why it should stay in place. So I suppose,
Yeah.
I can't see any reason
Why
why.
change something that's not broken? It's the national side that needs to change.
But the national side, I don't think the national
I don't
side can
think.
change.
I don't think the national side.
It's helping England.
Who was that? ELO.
Yeah.
In terms of what aspect would you like the national team? Because you can't change
Well,
the
we'd like
players
to win
available.
something, Christopher.
You can't change the players available. The players that we've got are the best available in this country at the moment.
Mhm.
We can't go out and pick Iniesta and Cazorla and Silva, because they're not. They're not available to us.
Not yet.
Only, yeah.
Not yet.
We've only
what's
got
that?
what
You
we
see what's
can
happening in
have.
cricket and rugby and
Well, in football as well. Diego
Yeah,
Costa
yeah.
was born in Brazil.
yeah.
Representing
That was the funniest the
Spain.
other night. Speaking to the English cricket team, and the captain's Irish.
Oh yeah, Morgan. Yeah.
What's going on there? Both Spain and Germany are bigger nations than England, and also both nations have top players playing in the Prem. So I think we will always struggle in national competitions, says Blue Hubber.
They're just better footballers. They've been coached from 4 and 5, from the ages of 4 and 5, in a completely different way and for me,
Penalty to the Republic of Ireland.
I forgot that game was
Yeah,
on
very
there.
well.
Is the rugby still on then?
I was trying to work out what you said that for earlier.
You look at. I don't know offhand, but I think if people research numbers of coaches in football in England and in Spain and in Germany, there are thousands more football coaches in Spain and Germany than there is in England.
Yeah.
And if you look at the price of coaching courses,
Yep.
then that'll tell you why. Because ours are about 2-3 grand to become a qualified coach, and in Spain and Germany it's about 100-200 quid.
This is one of two things. Doco either completely and utterly agrees with you, or Ireland have scored.
I would imagine it's Ireland have scored. Yeah.
Well,
Blimey,
when did that
now
first half go
we've
to?
nothing to talk about.
Considering we haven't had a game again last week. And
Incredible.
it's going to struggle. We absolutely thrash it.
The
don't we?
joy of the
Love it.
international break.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Anyway, we're going to play a little bit of music now. We'll be back in about 3 or 4 or 5 minutes, not much longer, because we've still got the rest of the agenda to get through, yeah?
We have, quite a lot to talk about.
Gosh.
See you in a bit.
All the best.
We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end.
Let the clouds roll in. Let the rain hit my face. Let the memory of you just dissipate. Let the wind howl loud. Let the tears stream and flow. Let me feel this pain so I can't let you go. There's not a drink, a pill, not a gun, not a knife to take away this pain that you brought to my life. I'm gonna put on my cowboy boots and just saddle up. Say to hell with your love. Say to hell with your love. Let the cut bleed out. Let it fall from my skin. Let it stain my soul. Let it tear from within. Let the wind howl loud. Let the tears stream and flow. Let this pain eat up my heart so I can't let you go. There's not a drink, a pill, not a gun, not a knife to take away this pain that you brought to my life. I'm gonna put on my cowboy boots and just saddle up. Say to hell with your love. Say to hell with your love. Why did you say forever? What did you mean at all? Sparkle that you light it up and let me feel the fire. There's not a drink, a pill, not a gun, not a knife to take away this pain that you brought to my life. I'm gonna put on my cowboy boots and just saddle up. There's not a way to kill, stop the air that it breathes. All of this hell that you left living inside me. I'm gonna put on my cowboy boots and just saddle up. Say to hell with your love. 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 Say to hell with your love.
Image 2000 Cleaning. We are an expanding family business with 20 years experience in the cleaning industry. If you are experiencing problems with your present cleaning arrangements, or even if you are not, and just require a one-off spring clean, we would be happy to offer a free quotation. Call us now on 0121 604 1047 or on mobile 07967 137783, or go to our site image2000cleaning.co.uk and fill in the contact form there. SRBRadio.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? Birmingham's a team down at St Andrews. We are all supporters of our team. We chant at Super Blues, ringing all around. Now all you blue boys know what we mean. We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. helping and sharing the load. It's worth the pointed roll when we sing together. We're there at the end of the road. We are the land of the Tilton.
Well, a massive welcome back to the Tilton Talk Show. Monday, here we are. It's dark and cold and dank outside. Tomorrow, just be aware that there are 70 to 80 mile an hour winds forecast across our region tomorrow. We've turned into the weather station today. Tell it's been a slow week, can't you, Christopher?
You can.
Yes, so catching up with everything that's gone on in the half time, there's been a couple of books written on the shoutbox by the look of it.
Yeah.
So we're going to continue with this theme then for a little while. And I don't care if we actually don't even talk about the other stuff that we've got in
Yeah.
because it's such an interesting
We'll catch
subject.
up on social media.
Yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be good. After the show.
Chris?
After the show. Right, ELO says, would you prefer a domestic success for English teams or nationally? Man United were dominant and the England team failed. The Premier managers have too much influence on players playing for England. I listened to Psycho on TalkSport with Alan Brazil last week, and they both said it was an honour to play for your country. And if a manager said to them they couldn't play for the country because of an important game coming up, they would chin him. Now, this is something that we were talking about, Chris, just prior to the show starting tonight, about how easy it has become to gain an England cap. For instance.
Yeah. I mean, they're thrown about. You don't have to do anything nowadays. I mean, Jesse Lingard's been called up into the England squad.
Yeah.
He's played 193 minutes of Premier League football for Man United.
Yeah.
And he's been called into the England side. You had to play at the top level for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. So
to,
do you
to,
think
to
it's
earn the
more
honour.
pressure, more media pressure to you've got to sign this.
I think
You've got to
they're
get this
becoming-
kid in the
Kids are
squad.
becoming stars.
Yeah.
Too soon. He scores a goal against West Brom, and that's it. He's made it now. He's England's next bright hope for the next 20 years. And
He scored in the Champions League, didn't he, as well? I believe. Yeah, he did.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, it's good.
I'll bow to your superior knowledge. Yeah.
Thank you.
But yeah, I think it is too easy. And ELO's point is valid. Ryan Giggs, for example, with Wales. You look at the way Bale's playing for Wales. Giggs could have done that for Wales, but whether between
What
him,
do you think, Nick? I just thought I'd get him with his mouth full
I'm
of
eating
hedgehog.
the wagon wheel.
Oh yeah, wagon wheel. Oh, right, okay.
between him and Ferguson,
I'll get him back.
never did it for Wales. Never turned up for Wales half the time for friendly matches and qualifiers that didn't matter. So, he is right there. Yeah. People should be privileged. It should be a privilege to play for your country.
It should be, but
maybe that's just the lack of players available to us at the moment that these players are getting a chance. I don't know.
Well, with Delph out for tomorrow night's game, Ryan Mason's been called up for him, and then what was the reason of Jesse Lingard getting a call up then?
Michael Carrick was out, I think.
Right, okay. So, in between writing all your stories, which is absolutely great to see tonight, I like longer sentences on the shout box. It's much better. Can we name as many blues players that have played for England? I'll start you off, of course, with Jesse Lingard.
Hasn't played for England.
He will have done, but this time tomorrow. And then I'll go back to David Seaman. There's my one. There's my one. So, any blues players that have got an England cap or had an England cap?
Past them through the years.
Say again, Ollie.
Closest you've got now is Fabian Delph.
Closest we've got to what?
Never played for the Blues.
Never played for
No,
Blues.
closest you've got now. Like.
You eat your lollipop.
When you've eaten that, tell us
Explain your point, yeah.
SK says, I've coached my lad for 8 years now. There's a big problem with how the FA ask us coaches to coach, in my opinion. They always say, let the game be the teacher. But I say, how can a kid correct a fundamental technical problem if they don't know there is something wrong? Massively valid point.
Yeah, absolutely. Kids are being taught, which is my point, the difference between kids being taught how to play football in England and in Spain and Germany again. they're just completely fundamentally different games being played altogether.
Yeah.
You know, the hit and run approach of English football is still being implemented at 8-9 years of age. You know, we'll stick a quick lad up front, and we'll just lump it up to him.
It's
and see
never
what he
it's
can do
never
with it.
changed. It's never changed.
It
No,
isn't,
hasn't changed.
you know,
No.
that's still in place, and
Yeah.
while that is still in place, the technical ability of being able to keep the ball and pass the ball, we're going to be so far down on Spain and the rest of the nations.
And another one that I've say from SKC again. I've coached him techniques, and not strictly the FA way. Let them work it for themselves. Thing is, he won't go looking at the pro club's academy yet because he doesn't fit into the new and messy ideology scouts look out for. He isn't an individual, but he's a team player.
Yeah.
So we've got it fundamentally wrong from absolute grassroots, and it's still fundamentally wrong.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
The idea of St George's Park was to have changed all this and to.
Well, make your
Go on,
point.
Ollie,
then.
go on, because you play in the
Yeah.
grassroots level.
Make your point. You're online.
Right, what I was saying was, the closest that you've got now is to play... The closest you've got now for a Blues player to play for England would be Fabian Delph.
Oh, you mean a present player?
Yeah,
Who,
that's
in
what
your opinion, right?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
the closest now,
Right. Okay.
Okay.
if you actually... And then
Yeah.
it depends, 'cause, like, we might have Damari Gray.
Yeah, of course.
Just
Gray's
Damari Gray, yeah.
recently called
Yeah,
into
yeah,
the
good shout.
under-21s, and if he keeps progressing, then
Yeah.
I think, you know... I mean, I look at the way Gray is now, and I look at Lingard.
Yeah.
I don't think there's much difference, to be fair.
No.
No.
Apart from a few
Lingard
years
was a
and the fact that-
sensation when he came, though. You know.
Well, his debut, he scored 4, didn't he? on his
Incredible, yeah,
debut?
yeah,
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
it.
So-
Watched it.
yeah. Apparently, you should be in bed by now, said Docker. But he don't know nothing.
Yeah.
We ignore him anyway.
So we've got Upson, Jeff Hall, Harry Hibbs, to name 3. Blue
Upson.
Robert says SKC, you coach your lad how you want to. And the win that's coming tomorrow is Storm Barmy. It's not Storm Barmy.
Barney.
It is Barney.
So what it's
Barney,
called,
not
Storm
Barney.
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 Oliver just said like his
Barney.
dad.
B-A-R-M-Y, Barmy. So it's Storm Barney. Watch out for a big purple dinosaur breaking into wind in sun.
Oh, lovely. I should look forward to that one.
Yawn.
Bobby Latchford.
Bobby
Yeah.
Latchford. Brilliant. Albert, the FA like players to learn to be an individual first. I just purely don't agree with that. Spain, Holland, etc. teach kids proper technique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 years old. Well, we like them to work the correct techniques out for themselves and try to correct any fundamental issue at too late a date.
Yeah, I mean,
Brilliant
the
point.
Spanish academies, they just have tiny squares. All the kids just playing tiny squares, and they just pass it around to each other.
Oh, right.
You
I'm trying to
tiny
visualise what you mean. Yeah,
tiny
yeah.
pitches.
Okay.
You know, they play their matches on tiny pitches,
Yeah.
not five-a-side. You know, smaller than five-a-side pitches, just to be able to at such a young age to be able to control the ball and pass the ball and just be comfortable with it at your feet. You know, I mean, you look at the England players, full England internationals on Friday night, and you know, they just looked up, in comparison to the Spaniards, just looked afraid of the ball. And for me, as SKC says there, it starts from such a young age.
Holland didn't qualify, by the way, for the Euros.
Joe Bradford,
No.
another one. Joe Bradford,
Well
another one.
said, yeah.
Yeah, Joe Bradford.
I love this next point from ELO. People are making player stars far too early in their career. Let them play and earn the right to be a star. Jamie Vardy is the sort of player who would be given a chance to become a star. He started in the lower leagues. He started off in a league that was lower than
Yeah.
Shark Stars, but was given the chance to show what he can do. There is no philosophy of you will clean my boots anymore, is there?
No.
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 Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, that,
Yeah.
not the physicality of it, but
Yeah, no.
but the the kids
The discipline.
learning the hard way and the discipline.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to change that now. Like, you're not going to go back to those days. You know, you're just not. It's that those days are gone. The media scrutiny on it now. Kids are going to be stars, and the money involved in the game.
Money.
They're not gonna get to that, and I don't think you need to. In essence, I mean, someone like Rooney wouldn't have had that. But but he plays for the love of the game. Do you know what I mean? He's still somebody who plays for the. He'd play on an indoor pitch at 5-a-side on a Sunday morning if it meant he was playing football.
Yeah.
So I think it's more about the upbringing of the child as
Storm Barney.
It is Barney.
Yeah.
You said Barney.
You did say balmy, didn't you?
Yeah.
And it ain't going to be balmy.
And me and Oliver reckon that ELO is probably smoking something, or he's reading from a book, or he's reading something because it's far too intelligent for ELO.
And
So said Oliver.
I also believe that Doco's Googling all these...
It's got to be.
Yeah,
he's a cheat.
Yeah.
He's a cheat.
I like the way that you have all those players and you just have Heskey.
Yeah.
Frank Kendall, Jimmy Greenoff. Thanks, Doco, again for Googling them for us.
Nobody said TF yet.
And this one on the subject of grassroots. How many times has Ollie come across a lad on the opposition's team who they always play the ball to and let him do everything? The other lads don't learn anything then.
Yeah.
My under-8 side come across this on a weekly basis where the lad who can dribble gets the ball and does a Messi.
Yeah. That's right.
Have you got a Messi in your school side who thinks he's a Messi? Yeah.
Is it you, Ollie?
He's nodding.
No.
It's not you, is it? No. But there is always one person in every team.
Goalkeeper for the school team.
He's actually what? Sorry, the goalkeeper that thinks he's Messi.
Look.
But is there a player in your team that your manager or your coach will say, just pass the ball to him and he'll do the rest because he's considered the best player on the team?
No. There is one that we think, well, most of us in the team think, but the coaches think that he's
The best.
yeah, but
The
not
dogs.
like
The dogs.
yeah, but not
I
like
agree.
the best if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's just like because he'll keep hold of the ball. Like say he has say he's here, one man here, one man there. You've got somebody else. You've got a defender over here and somebody else there, and you can play it through. Pick just run with it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Not totally
Yeah, that used to be me.
Take your lollipop.
That used to be me.
Moving slightly on then, we'll keep these Blues players coming through if you could, Doco. Ben Foster, of course, Jack Butland, and of course Joe Hart. Let's put that one into the ring as well. We've got lots of Blues groups on social media.
Oh, well done. That's about took.
Social media, and we're going to give them all a mention right now. That's BCFC Blue Noses, BCFC Fan Talk, BCFC Fans Group, BCFC Followers, BCFC Free Forum, The Blue Lagoon, Blues Views, SRB Radio, KRO Birmingham, and Vital Blues. We think we've got them all there, but if we've missed anybody...
I think that's all of them. I think that's all of them. Those are all the affiliate members of
all the affiliate members. I think I'm a
Blues
member
Collective.
of all of them, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't know how many you're a member of, Chris.
I'm a member of quite a few on social media.
Yeah. And yourself?
Oh, he wouldn't. No,
No,
he wouldn't know. No, can't mention that.
Not sure.
Right, okay.
Apparently, just before we go, your dad said that you do know who it is, but you're that scared to mention the guy at school that in case he batters you.
That's not really
Go right down on there.
No one can hear because you got a lollipop stuck in your mouth.
Right, okay.
I know what it is.
Let's got half an hour left now, and I know we've had no game last week, so it's obviously difficult to fill out an hour and a half when there's been no game last week. And
You've done too bad.
we haven't done too bad. Right, okay. These proposals for parking in and around St Andrews. If you've seen those on social media, have you seen them yourself?
Yeah, mentioned quite a
I've
bit on
heard
Twitter
about
as well.
them.
haven't you?
Yeah, I've heard about them.
Massive restrictions in a really wide area as well, which is quite worrying.
Yeah.
What do you think?
So what's going to happen? I mean, are they going to be clamped? Are they going to be reported?
Well, how many clamps are they going to need for
Exactly.
10,000 vehicles?
It's crazy. It's crazy. I can't quite actually make out what roads but how the hell are they going to implement that? Are they going to employ?
Well, they're just going to put parking tickets on you, aren't they? That's it. It's like a parking ticket.
I'd imagine so, yeah.
The guy's going to be there for
That's the way of
ages.
doing it, isn't it? £60 fine.
Well,
I mean, the people who work there, people who work there on match days, they don't get to park in the club car park.
Really?
So, I don't get to park in the club car on match days. So I have to park round the back of the
What,
Tilton.
Chief Burger Flipper does not get
Absolutely,
a car
I
park?
know, it's outrageous.
It's disgraceful.
But,
We need to take
My
this up
complaint
to a
to
high
being-
level.
Yeah.
We'll get a Twitter campaign going.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll be happy with that. You know,
Why would you be happy with it?
but the people that work there,
Yeah.
you know, the staff. If you're saying the staff can't park anywhere near the ground, then the club have got to do something about that as well.
Yeah.
You can't have the staff parking in Digbeth or getting the train in.
No.
You know, they live all over the place. So,
Yeah. And of course, in the other business, we the supporters will be the clients.
Absolutely.
Of course, yeah.
You
So you're
look,
saying-
you look after your clients.
You're saying
certainly.
you can't park anywhere near
Yeah.
you.
I don't think it's a football ground. It's a Birmingham Council thing. I think that.
Oh yeah, no.
nothing
I
to
mean,
do with the
to be
Blues.
fair to the club are fighting
They-
it,
they are,
and,
yes.
and they want fans to sign petitions and forums.
I've signed the
and
petition.
complain.
Have you?
I have.
Yeah. Have you? Yeah.
yeah.
Good. Don't know whether you have. You know, you're on.
No,
you're not on social
He's
media.
not on
are you?
Twitter or anything.
No,
Yes.
all right.
Oh, have you on Twitter yet?
Oh, yeah.
No. not Twitter.
But yeah, I was looking at it the other day and I was thinking, for my issue, right, when they asked to put little comments in, you know, what your thoughts were, and mine was the intermingling of those supporters over a much wider area, home and away supporters over a much wider area, whereas it's pretty tightly controlled at the moment. Yeah. And I know a lot come on coaches, but people do like their own cars to, you know, come down into, and shouldn't you really be welcomed into the city rather than we can't park here?
Yeah.
We've never been very good at
I had that in
that.
Oxford. I went to watch Oxford Blues once, years and years ago, and the police directed us into this street.
Yep.
Yeah, and we all parked up in the street. And we all come back. There was tickets on every single car, and the
Yeah.
police had directed us there. I vowed never to go to Oxford again, Christopher, and I haven't since.
Where are the lads that say, "Can we look after your motor for 50p?"
Yeah,
mate?" Where-
50p.
You knew it was going to be saved.
Yeah, yeah.
Not
Either that
much.
or burnt down if you didn't
Yeah.
fail.
If you don't give them the 50p, you've got
The
no
week
wheels.
after, yeah.
It was absolutely true. Yeah, you wouldn't dare turn up the week after in the same street.
We always
I
used to
know.
say, if you're still here when we
Yeah.
come back, you can have it.
If my car's still here when I come back, you can have the
Yeah.
50p. Yeah, that's what I used to say.
Half-time, guys, Ireland won Bosnia 0, and Karen Carney, of course, she played for England as well. So
Yeah, I think she went to
did, yeah.
Docko's school as well.
Joe Potter and Jade Moore as well.
Joe Potter, Joe Moore. There we go. Another two names in the hat. Right, Chris, anything from the ladies this week?
Only the development side. I mentioned last week that we got knocked out of the Development Cup away at Sheffield FC, who played a really strong team, albeit the Development Cup. The rematch was on Sunday, yesterday, in the league, and we won 1-0 at home. Antonia Smith with the goal, which means that Blues Development are second in the league, a league of 10. It's split in between Northern and Southern Division in the development leagues. So we're second out of 10 on 13 points from 6 games. Played 6, won 4, drew 1, lost 1. Sunderland Development are top. Played 5, won 5.
Okay, cool. Just going back onto the parking thing again for a minute. Elo's making
Yeah.
a point. You are parking on a public road. They can't ticket you. They can put restrictions in.
Yeah, I think that's what they want. They want to make
yeah.
it not a public road, so it's private roads, because it's the people that are living there that are complaining that they can't get out. They can't get out of their roads and their drives.
How long
that side.
has St Andrews been
Wasn't so
there?
long ago, Chris, and you'll perhaps remember this because you're older than me. That
Okay.
you'd be stood at St Andrews back in the day, and then bing, XYZ 1 2 3 4. Your car is illegally
Blocking.
parked. Please return to your vehicle immediately, and then he would go, or else it will be towed away, and everybody would cheer.
You don't hear that anymore.
Don't do that anymore, do they?
No. You don't get the
That's
tea
fine.
and bloke go.
Rather
come
give you
by
a
with
fine. Yeah, but I'm only going back to like the 90s
Yeah,
and,
that's
the
true.
2000s for that. Or else your car will be towed away and everybody would cheer because
It must have been the 90s. 'cause I've never
Hooray!
heard of it.
Have you never heard of it? Let's
No.
see if any of our older listeners ever remember that.
Yeah, Ducko.
The guy at St Andrews shouting out your car will be towed away and everybody cheering.
Yeah.
There you go. But yeah, I see what the point with parking on the public road, but if they put a restriction on that public road to say there will be no parking, they'd have to do, I don't know, hang on.
But I mean, it's
gonna
a
be
difficult
very
one.
complicated.
I mean, I suppose from the council's point of view, they have to be seen to do something
Yeah.
by
By the residents.
the residents.
Absolutely.
If the residents are complaining and the council don't do anything, then they're made to look
Exactly.
like
Yeah,
they're not bothered, sort of thing. So I see it's a difficult situation for the they probably most people at the council probably don't want this to happen, but they have to do. They have to make it look as though they're doing something that for the residents that have complained.
Yeah. ELO says, I think St Andrews was there before most of the people had lived in. Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Before
Parts.
most
Isn't there a
houses were probably
huge
built.
space that we can use, have like one big park and ride? Because I know you go to Coventry and you steer towards this one by the motorway.
Yeah.
You know, it's fantastic, that is.
Could not be 6 days.
Well, we could
Park
Exactly,
there
yeah.
on match days. Walking.
Yeah. Or my house. Knock that down.
What, your drive? You're selling
Yeah.
space.
Your drive,
Selling
yeah.
spaces, are
There
you?
you go. Why don't all the houses
Exactly.
rent their
Rent
driver,
a
make
drive.
a few bob off?
Rent a drive.
Yeah.
Fiver for the game. It would be like the olden days with the kids looking after your car then,
Yeah,
wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There you go.
Huh? Rent a drive. So you have a little blue and white sticker
Yeah.
in your window. If you want
You'll have
fact-
you'll have the revenue around
Let's
everybody's
start a
houses.
campaign on Twitter.
Yeah, good
Shall we, Chris?
call. That's a good
would
call.
you, would
that
you
is.
take that one on for us, Chris?
Yeah.
I'll be more than happy to do that. You'll have the revenue round asking for the 20% of everybody's fivers. Then,
Well, you would do, wouldn't you? Yeah.
We'll park where we want. We're Birmingham City. We'll park where we want.
Well, there is that, but you park where you want, and they put these restrictions
Yeah.
in. They certainly will. slap
Well,
the ticket
clamp
on
who
you,
they
won't
want.
Yeah.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah. I tell you what, though, I wouldn't want to be the guy that's doing the clamping and get halfway through it and find out the Blues have kicked out and you're still
Yeah.
on duty. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you want to say something?
You won't like this one.
Go on, then. I'll listen. I don't mind. Go on.
About the Xbox X.
Anyway, let's move on.
Exactly.
Dr. Tremeling.
He never played for England, did he?
Nah. I was trying to think what position did he play? Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I'm getting bribed
change the
here.
next subject. We've only got 20 minutes left now. Crikey,
Oh,
it's
man, we're gonna get everything in
great,
now.
Great, isn't it? Great. Saturday, obviously due to the events that happened, the very sad events that happened in Paris on Friday night, there is going to be increased security at football grounds. Wembley Stadium tomorrow night will be hosting armed police. Whether that would stop an atrocity, I don't know, because would I want to be that policeman with a gun in my hand and
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
80,000 people in front of me? Who do I pick out? But there'll also be heightened security at St Andrews in and around the ground on Saturday for the Charlton game. So you are advised to get there early, as additional security measures will be put in place.
I think West Brom have done a similar thing.
Have they?
told
Well, certainly for this week, and
Yes.
however long that carries on for, it's anybody's guess. We don't know.
Yeah.
Lee Clark has applied for the Fulham job. There you go, Doctor. There's a bit of information for you. That is actually fact. Well, it's Chris. And
One less team to worry about. If he
well, I
gets it.
suppose, yeah. So Lee Clark has applied for the Fulham job, and Lambert's gone to Blackburn
Yeah.
today. So that's
I don't think that's a bad appointment actually for
the
someone like Blackburn.
the Blackburn fans that were ringing into sports shows this afternoon.
Yeah.
were quite positive about
Yeah,
it.
I would be if I were, if I was a Blackburn fan. I know.
What are they? 30 million in debt.
Yes, it's
This is
probably
what-
more.
what's
You
it
know,
gonna be?
he had similar restrictions at Villa in the end. You know, the last season and a bit of his tenure. He had nothing to spend, and he was, the club were cutting costs. So he's dealt with it at Villa, and he's probably going to have to deal with it again at Blackburn. But
Asset stripping.
yeah, but at Championship level, he worked absolute wonders with Norwich, getting
Yes, he did. Yeah.
getting them up to the Championship, etc. So I think it's not a bad appointment, to be fair. And he's brought Alan Irvine in alongside him, who I think is a good coach. Maybe not a great number one, but he's a good coach. Yeah.
And Doctor says it's Dr. Tremeling.
Not Dr. Tremeling. Oh dear,
You're googling now.
Oh, Blue Harbour, brilliant point. With additional security in the ground, do we get the security and the attendance figures?
Yeah. Do they have to pay something?
Quality. That is an absolute quality comment. Brilliant.
more chance of Chris Brown getting the job. Who's that? I don't know. That's funny.
So Docco is using the Who's Book of Who.
He's reading something which is unusual for him because he didn't know he'd read.
Wish
Could read.
Mr. Clark all the best. I'm sure there's plenty of pubs around there.
Expensive as well around Fulham.
Yeah.
Fulham.
Speaking from experience.
There was a bit of a rumour last week regarding Fulham and Mr. Rowett. Did anybody see
I
that?
saw that on social
That was
media.
funny. And somebody said, why would he go there?
Oh, yes.
Well, they've got a bloke who owns it worth billions and billions for starters.
That's
He doesn't invest that in the football.
No, he doesn't, no.
does he?
No,
Well, you say that.
He was on telly last night buying a yacht,
They
wasn't
bought
he?
McCormack for 11 million. They paid 11 million for McCormack.
Yeah, why?
But then they're a championship team.
Yeah, exactly.
So they haven't done a Man City, have they, so to speak?
Well, no. But then again, unless you have the United Arab UAE owners, then you're going to struggle to do a Man City.
Very much so. Trevor Smith was one.
Yeah, we get it, Doc.
Yeah.
You're reading from a book. Well done.
I don't remember Jeff Astle playing for...
Look, I'm keeping him busy so that he doesn't interact in other areas. Leave him be.
yeah.
Right, a couple of new websites at Blues, so you can have a look on the Blues Facebook page. Is it Blues?
I think
Is
it was,
it
yeah.
Facebook page. Or
Yeah, it wasn't
I think
Twitter.
you could
was
probably
it?
go on the just the normal website.
Oh, was it?
The
Yeah,
normal
yeah, it
website,
wasn't
yes,
Twitter
that wasn't
or
Twitter
Facebook. No.
Neither of those.
No, no.
No.
Well,
None of it.
yeah,
No.
probably not.
And I'll have a look on my account.
It's all right. We have a hidden agenda tonight. But we can't and we won't tell you.
No, we can't tell you.
No.
Anybody,
So you're very welcome to look up those. One is a commercial one for hiring venues, etc., for conferences. I can't remember what the other one was for. Chris, can you? No. It's for making funny noises on.
It's fantastic punditry, this is, isn't it? ELO did tell me the other day he reckons that Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank is going to be
I
the
think
next...
Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank is quite happy learning his trade where he is at the minute. I think that, right, unless it's like, he's doing
It's
a
a
very
step
good
up,
job.
though, isn't it?
It's a step up,
difficult to refuse it.
It is. But Gary had already done his work down.
Hasselbank hasn't been
before
there
he
long,
stepped up, and I don't think he. Yeah, that's exactly what I was coming to.
Yeah.
I don't think he's been there, quite long enough. I'll see if I can get on his Twitter account and see what he thinks about it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Be a good idea.
or Facebook. Or any social media.
All right. Okay. So it's Charlton up next on Saturday. Then, what's your thoughts on this one, Mr. Pugh?
Well, before their last game, I'd have said it's a guaranteed 3 points, but they got rid of their manager and then had a home game against Sheffield Wednesday, which I had down as a Sheffield Wednesday absolute banker.
On your Super Six?
No, well, yeah.
Are you still playing that, by the way?
I am.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. And me.
Okay. All right, we'll come to it in a minute.
Yeah,
I'm off the bottom.
still there.
Officially.
So that win will have given them a lot of confidence. However, with the international break, we've had 2 weeks now to regroup and work together again as a team. I think we should have too much for them at home. They are going to come and sit back, the way Blackburn did, the way they're not going to come out and attack us from the start. They're going to try and soak up the pressure. So it's going to be down to us to find a way to break them down. But I think hopefully the Fulham game will have give us a lot of confidence.
We do
Seems so long ago,
genuinely need a home win now. Then.
Yeah,
that
get a good home win, and
a good home win
boosts the team massively. I think, yeah.
And of course, if Lee Clark does get the Fulham manager job, then he won't make an appearance on Sky at St Andrews next time, will he?
No, that's true. Yeah,
Which
which would be a bonus.
So, but yeah, Dad said I'd take a nice 1-0 home when it's Saturday. Blue Hobble saying 2-0, ELO 3-1, and we'll beat Charlton on Saturday. I back in the Tilton.
Oh no. Where are we all going?
Yeah, not the Tilton.
You're in the Gilmerick anyway, yeah?
Railway.
Cop
corner, yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't turn 1-0 down. Obviously, a win's a win, and if we can keep a clean sheet, that'll be almost as valuable as scoring 5 away at Fulham. Another clean sheet at home would be a massive boost.
Yeah.
So I mean, Just 3 points. Keep
3
us.
points at home.
Keep us.
Yeah.
You know, on the right track. Get back off the international break with a win, and that'll go down really
Get the
well. I
momentum
think,
going.
yeah.
Ollie's gone for a 1-0 as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
are you running a competition this week?
Yeah, we sure are. Yeah, competition wasn't won last time, so
So that will be on the Tilton Talk Facebook
yeah,
page.
Facebook page.
I don't think it's. Do you run it on Twitter?
We don't. We mention it on Twitter, but we don't.
Say hypothetically, someone didn't have Facebook or Twitter. There'd be no way of them.
No,
entering
no,
over.
they wouldn't. No, you'd have to go on
They
Facebook or
wouldn't
Twitter.
be able to-
Yeah.
They wouldn't be able to enter the competition if they weren't on Facebook
Or Twitter.
No.
Okay.
No, you must be on Facebook or Twitter.
Yeah.
Both.
Well, both.
Well, but you'd see it on one to go on to the other.
Yeah,
Exactly, yeah,
exactly.
I
You know
thought
what I
that.
mean, Chris?
Yeah, yeah,
All fits
yeah.
in,
Right,
this
it was.
does. All
Yeah,
fits
yeah.
in.
It's clever, isn't it? Facebook
Great.
and Twitter.
So get your competition entrance in. When will you be putting that up, Christopher?
I should be putting up Thursday, probably.
Thursday.
Thursday.
Okay, so that gives you Thursday, Friday, and your cut-off time.
At 10 p.m, I think. Is it 10 p.m?
10
Yeah,
p.m.
10 p.m.
Friday night.
Friday night, yeah.
10 p.m. Friday night.
Because then I go to bed then.
Okay, Super 6. How did you get on this? I'd like to ask SKC how he got on this week, to be perfectly honest with you.
Oh, yes, he had a bad week,
Sore
didn't he?
subject.
Sore subject, why was that, Christopher? Why would that be?
Yeah, I got 6 points.
9, me.
Not 6 points.
9.
I'm off the bottom.
I didn't
But
see
by
any,
default.
I didn't see any Facebook comments this week, though.
No. I don't think anybody had an exceptionally good week on Facebook.
No.
Or, you know what I mean? Nobody mentioned anything on
Even I
Facebook.
think, how about we sponsor Mr. Pugh tonight for £5 for a pound lost until the Derby match and give the money to out for Harry?
£5 per pound. Are you having a laugh?
Per pound loss.
Between now and Derby. And how many pounds do you lose in a week?
It's Christmas though. It's difficult over Christmas.
Well,
isn't it? You've got all the
excuses
Christmas
are
parties.
coming
The
out.
deal is then is that you pay us a fiver if you fail.
Oh, I see.
10p a pound.
10p a pound, you'll only be paying about 20p.
10p a pound.
10p a pound. Cheap.
£5 a pound. I'll do that.
But you would.
That
£5
gives me
a
a bit more incentive.
Yeah,
When's Derby games?
Is this sponsor as in give the money to me
Oh,
or
no.
some sort of charity?
No, Al Parry.
Oh,
Al Parry.
Parry. Oh yeah.
£5 per pound. That's a lot, that is, isn't it? I could lose that. I could lose that tonight.
Everybody listening tonight have to pay £5 a pound.
Yeah. We'll think about that. We'll see if we can get something sorted.
Alrighty, slightly off topic. Ollie says, but Manchester United is set to become the first football club in the world to make a £500 million income, even more than Madrid have ever taken in.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of that is down to their kit deal, their new kit deal with Adidas, which obviously raked in
That's great.
millions and millions
500 million,
in a
half
year.
a billion.
Yeah, and that's why they can go out and spend the money they do. But yeah,
Doesn't that
the
make
gap-
you feel a bit sort of, you know, when you've got grassroots people, you know,
Well, of
some
course,
teams that haven't got
exactly.
nets
Of
and
course,
things
the-
like that,
The
and no
gap
balls.
between the top and the bottom is enormous.
It's almost disgusting, really.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
You know.
when you think teams are going out of business, and
Yeah.
and like you say, kids teams can't afford these things.
Yeah.
and-
No refs, no,
Yeah.
you know, no officials, no balls, no nets and things. Nobody to paint the lines.
Yeah.
And, you know,
And then one club is making 500 million
that's mad.
plus
That's crazy.
plus the Premier League money as well. So.
I've given up looking for Blues England internationals. Nobody said Trevor Francis.
Nobody said Jermaine Pennant. Did he not play for full England international?
I think he did. Yeah, I think he did.
Do you know?
I think he did.
Did he?
I think he did.
Chuck that one out. Doco, research Jermaine Pennant
Doco,
on your
yeah.
Google.
He's
Right,
our
okay. Yes,
font
so
of
back to
knowledge.
Super 6 this week. It was in first position Craig Masters with 17.
That's a good
My
work.
sister Pat right up there in second place with 13. Danny Bishop with 11.
Really your
then
sister?
comes joint on 9. Myself, Mr. Pugh, Gareth Hudson, Ollie Osborne, Denise Bishop, Stephen Simpson, Ray Hobber got 6. Have you just written disastrous week for me? Keep it up, Hobber, keep it up.
Shocking
We like
week
it.
for me. Yeah.
And Stephen Cale with none. Oh dear. Sorry, Stephen. Sorry. And then Julio Andre Monterio de Silva with none.
None.
And I don't think
He's
that
given
last one
up,
is
hasn't
playing
he?
yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
As we've discounted him, it means Chris is still bottom, isn't
It
it?
does,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
it will do,
absolutely.
yeah. Still,
In fact, Mr. Cale almost got as many as I did by not playing.
What is that?
Michael Carrick.
And over the season, Hobbit is still in first with Danny Bishop, Gareth Hudson, Craig Masters, Ollie Osborne, Pat Spall, Stephen Cowd, Chris Pugh, Denise Bishop, then my good self, Steve Simpson, then you, Mr. Browne, holding up the rest of them. You are still the Aston Villa of Super 6.
I'm still confident. Don't worry. I think the gap's widening now, isn't it? Though.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, because you can just have 1 week, can't you? It's like Hobber's got 6
I'm not
this
getting
week.
that 1 week. I'm not
It'll
getting
come.
it. It's
You
not happening.
obviously aren't holding your certificate when you're
Exactly,
making...
I forgot about that. Yeah,
when
yeah.
you're making
Yeah.
your predictions,
Maybe I
Christopher.
should be.
You should meditate
praying,
more. You should meditate more.
Hum.
Hold your certificate in your left hand. Hold your certificate in your left hand and tap with your right.
Do what with me, right?
Tap.
Oh, right.
Tap on your screen.
Yeah, okay.
Tap with your right.
The yellow's going on about that he's got no money again. Getting Oliver into the Solihull Moors for a season will cost me £300 kit. Training kit, registrations, etc.
Right.
You're not worth it.
No. Let me just make this clear.
Go on, then. Make it clear.
He was the one that actually wanted to get me in the team. So it's not my fault that you're going to be £300 down.
I think he's more making the general point because
The
it's
cost
going to
of
cost. It's going to cost for a
kids
youngster.
playing football,
It's £300. It's a lot out of a family budget.
It is.
You know what I mean? I don't think your dad's complaining about spending £300 like your Uncle Chris is complaining about buying you an Xbox for Christmas.
What was the next one?
But,
Sorry?
but even last night, he said he was the one pushing me to play football for a team.
Yeah.
So it's not me. You can't blame.
Because he was so rubbish at football, he's trying to live it through yourself, you see. That's what it is.
Also, your dad was the one who offered the £5 per
Yeah,
pound as well.
exactly.
So
Yeah. No.
No wonder you're going to...
No, it's pretty good at ripping people off.
There is that. Mihuzu doesn't go back that far. He goes to 2000, so you know what Crimbo pressed to buy me this year. Who said we was going to get you one? We didn't get you one last year. We didn't get you. So we're going to get you one this year. Again.
Who said that? You can have them Jaffa cakes back.
Yeah.
Dad said Michael Carrick, but I don't think he ever played for the Blues, did he, Michael Carrick?
Yeah, Carrick had a loan spell at the Blues.
Yes, he
yeah,
did. Yes, he
Of course,
did.
yeah.
At the start of his career.
That's a good shout. That's a shout of the day.
Yeah, it
I
was
think
a
that
good
one.
shout.
Yeah, good shout,
good
mate.
memory.
Top memory.
And if
That's
you had a
damn
prize,
sight
we'd
better
give
than
it
I could ever do. Do your Super 6 straight after the show. That way you don't forget to do it like
I don't like.
SKC.
Yeah, we
I
had
do
this
that.
discussion last time. I don't like doing that because then you've got, somebody who I work with made all their fantasy football transfers after last weekend's games. But you've got 2 weeks of international football before the next Premier League game. So there's a whole raft of things that could happen in that time. So I like to do it the night before the games, so I know what's happening, who's going to play.
I get an email off them anyway, just as a reminder.
Oh, dear.
I've got a Friday.
Okay.
Every Friday, if I've not done it, then Super 6 send me a very kind email to remind me to join in.
Yeah.
But usually I've done it one night in a week and job on.
Yeah.
50 pence. Daz, cheers. Yeah, Daz, it was a good shout, that, Carrick. I'm really impressed with that.
And Josh
really
Townsend.
impressed. Yeah.
And Townsend as well. Yeah.
Trevor Francis. Has anybody mentioned Trevor?
Only me.
Chris.
Oh, you did?
I did, yeah.
Has Scott Sinclair won a full international cap? Probably not. I'd imagine not, but he had a loan spell at us as well.
And I promised to get the details of the coach away trip as well.
Brilliant.
To Derby. We'll try and get that sorted as well before Christmas.
Super duper. Right, Chris, a couple of things you need to mention then. First is the Easy Group competition that's going on that anybody and everybody can join in on.
Yep, okay.
And basically, if you have a look on the Tilton Talk Facebook page, if you've got access to Facebook, that is.
Yeah, the group page.
Who hasn't nowadays?
The group page, yeah.
Off you go, Chris.
Okay, win. Share your best blues memories to win prizes. Do you want to share an amazing blues memory, whether it's an unforgettable goal, an incredible match, or an incident on a pitch which got a lasting impression? We want to hear from you. This is from Easy. All you have to do is email your blues memories, words or pictures, or both, to be in with a chance of winning some fantastic prizes, and they are good prizes. Between November and March, a memory of the month will be chosen, which will be shared online. The winner will watch a blues game from the comfort of Easy Group Box, including hospitality, as well as their very own personalised brick or granite stone on the iconic Blues pavement outside St Andrews. That's that front of the cop,
Yes,
isn't
yeah,
it? Yeah,
I've
front
got
of the cop,
one of
yeah.
them.
Have you?
Yes.
Oh, I've got two.
No, I have one too.
Oh, I thought you said right.
You've got 12.
The overall women, shut up. The overall winner who submits the most outstanding memory during the 5-month period will meet the Legends experience in the Easy Group Box. As well as a personalised brick or granite stone, the lucky winner will get to meet Blues Legends, ex-players, and receive VIP treatment on the day. The experience will take place at the last game of the season on 19th of April 2016, when Blues take on Preston at home. To be in with a chance of winning, send your Blues memory to easymemories@bcfc.com, and it's EasyEMemories.
I think we pronounce it Z actually, not Z.
Is it?
E-Z-E.
Did I say?
You said E-Z-E.
Oh, right, okay, sorry.
Brilliant.
Sorry
Okay,
for-
next one,
One
Derby.
word,
Does it?
E-Z-E memory.
Derby away game, Chris, before we go any further then, because we're nearly done now.
Yeah, we'll try and sort something out for
Updates
the
next week for that one.
Yeah, we'll
And
sort
then
something out.
the last one, off you go.
Oh yeah, and just let people know that this coming Saturday there's a memorial for the Justice for the 21 victims, where they will be mentioning the current explosions and what forth in Paris, and that SRB Radio will be there with Julian Maxine at the church, and it is at St Philip's Cathedral, also known as Birmingham Cathedral on Colmore Row, Birmingham, B32QP, on Saturday 21st of November 2015. I'm trying to think what time it's on.
4 p.m.
4 p.m. So there you go. If you can get along to that,
Excellent
that'd be great.
All right. Okay, well, there you go. Time has gone, and we've managed to just squeeze in almost everything that we're going to talk about tonight. Now, listen, after the events of last week, be safe out there on the streets next Saturday. Do leave in additional time for the extra security measures to take place. Don't moan about them. They're there for your safety, for your protection. And what we don't want to see is a repeat of some of the events of last Friday.
Definitely are.
This has been the Tilton Talk Show. Chris Pugh, it's been an amazing evening to see you again. Why do you smirk every time I say that at the end of the show, Chris?
It's not true.
Ollie, thanks ever so much for calling. Congratulations for getting into your Solihull Moors football team,
And we've got
and
an
for
update
costing your
next
dad
week.
£300. Well done.
Well done.
And Chris, what can I say?
I don't know, what can you say?
I'll send you. Well, great ending comment there.
I've got the egg box ready, don't worry.
I will send you a small message, Chris, on Facebook when I get home.
Okay, right.
Just to say that I've
I'll tell you what, I might message you back on Twitter.
Brilliant. It's great to be able to communicate,
It isn't a social media, mate.
Social media, great.
It's fantastic, anyway.
Right, ladies and gents, it's gone 9 o'clock. Bless you. Have a great week. Let's roar 3 points out on Saturday. I'm hopefully not going to be working, so I really want to go to that one. These international breaks, as I say, do take it out of you. They kind of like dull the season down a little bit for me. You know, when you're on a good momentum, I want to keep it going and going and going. But it's been great to talk to you tonight, as always. I'm going to wend my weary way home now. It's going to take me an awful long time due to the overturned lorry on the M6. The backups on the M42 when I was on the way in were about 5-6 miles long. So I may need another shave when I get in. This has been the Tilton Talk Show. Chris, bless you, my friend.
You too, my son.
Have a wonderful week.
May your God go with you.
If you support one, of course.
Of course.
Good night.
Good night.
God bless.
Bless.
We're so happy, following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? We have meticulous tops here at St Andrews. They gotta give us what we're longing for. It's Birmingham forever, let's hear it from the stand. So come on, city